Welcome friend to the video of a steady state heat transfer problem unit 5 on the element thermal stiffness matrix problem 1. Let us take the problem first. What is given into the problem? That is very important. A brick wall has a thickness of a 0.6 meter and thermal conductivity 0.7 watt per meter degree Kelvin. The inner surface of a wall is at the 815 degree centigrade and the outer surface is exposed to the cold air of a minus 15 degree centigrade. The heat transfer coefficient at the outer surface is 40 watt per meter square degree Kelvin. Using the two elements for finite element formulation, determine the steady state temperature distribution within the wall and heat flux through the wall. So what they are asking, that is determine the steady state temperature distribution, means at this point how much temperature, at this point what is the temperature, and what this point what is the temperature. At the same time they are asking for the heat flux through the wall, that is qx they are asking. Now this is the problem of a 1D. Why this is the problem of the 1D? Because they have given the dimensions only in a 1 dimension, so that we are mentioned here. So we have considered first of all what is given. The thickness of a plate, the thickness of a plate is 0.6. So thickness of a plate is given, that is 0.6 meter, 0.6 meter. So this 0.6 meter, 0.6 meter, and then what they mention there, by using two elements, so we have divided this total wall into two parts. So this distance is 0.3 meter, this distance is 0.3 meter, 0.3 meter, 0.3 meter, and this distance is also the same one, 0.3 meter. Hence there are the two elements. So when we are drawing the node diagrams, that time we need to take care of this one. Again, what is given? The inner surface of the wall, the inner surface of the wall with a temperature of a 15 degree centigrade, of a temperature 15 degree centigrade, while outer surface, this one is the T infinity, this one is the T infinity, is with a minus 15 degree centigrade, cold air at a minus 15. The heat transfer coefficient at outer surface is 40 watts. So that when that is also given, that is the H is equal to, that is convection factor, that is the heat transfer coefficient at the outer surface, means here the H is equal to 40 watts per meter square degree Kelvin. And they are asking using this one, they are asking that find the temperatures as well as heat flux, so let us try to solve the problem. So let us take first of all, draw the nodal diagram. So in nodal diagram there are the three nodes, as the elements are two, the elements are number one element, number two element, hence there are the three nodes, node 1, node 2 and node 3. Hence total DOF is equal to total DOF of the assembly, means DOF is equal to per node multiplied by total nodes. So degree of freedom at every node is only 1, because this is the 1D problem. So there are how many terms? So that there are the node 1, node 2, node 3, and DOF is only 1. So DOF multiplied by total nodes, that is the 3. Hence my after assemblage my matrix should be 3 by 3 3 by 3 3 by 3 matrix, otherwise there is a wrong thing. So we are interested to find out first of all the stiffness matrix, element stiffness matrix. So the formula for the element stiffness matrix is equal to K by L, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So K value is given, that K is equal to that is 0.75 watt per meter degree Kelvin. That K value, that is the thermal conductivity is given. So thermal conductivity, that K is equal to 0.75 divided by L1, 0.3, because this one is to be divided, 0.6 is divided into the two part, that's why 0.3 multiplied by 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So after manipulation we are getting this one is the 0.25, 2.5, so 2.5, 0.75 divided by 0.3, 2.5 multiplied by this one, so this one is we are getting 2.5 minus 2.5 minus 2.5, 2.5. So this is the matrix formation for the element thermal conductivity for element 1. So element thermal stiffness matrix for the element number 1. The same way we are calculating for the element 2, for the elements 2, so K2 is equal to K upon L2 minus 1. Again this one is the same one, again this one, so we are getting this value. Now do the assemblage, so that K1 plus K2 is equal to K. So this is my 2.5 minus 2.5 minus 2.5 2.5 this term. So after assembling the addition of this one, what we are getting now, this one is the 2 by 2 matrix, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 2, and this 3. So there is a addition of these two terms, addition of these two, and rest of these things. So here we need to manipulate in a right way. Assemblies we have already studied in the right way. So this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3. Okay, node 1, node 2, node 2, and node 3. So this is the 1, this is 1. Okay, so 1 is 2.5, 1 is 2.5, so 2.5 is there. This is the minus 2.5 to 2 1, so this is the my 2 1. So what is this? This is the 2 and 1 is 2.5. Then here this is the 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is 2.5. Then this is the 2 by 2, 2 by 2, so this is the 2 by 2 is here the 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Then this is the 2 by 1, 2 by 2, so 2 by 2 here, that is the again plus 2.5. So this is the 2.5, so this become a 5. Then this one is the 2 by 3, 2 by 3 is minus 2.5. This is the third term, third term, that is minus 2.5, 3 by 2, so this is the 3 by 2 minus 2.5, and this is the third by 3. So here we are getting the assemblage, so only this term is effective. So what we are getting here, that is this 2.5 and these 2.5 are added, so we are getting the 5. So this is my assemblage, so this assemblage we have already studied in the previous example, but here again I have focused on that one, and just very easily we can go for the assembly of this matrix. This is the direct assemblage method. So once we have assembled this one, then we are adopting the boundary condition, that is T1 is equal to 15 degrees centigrade. So my QH, that is my QH is equal to H into there is a H into TL by T infinity. So that what that H is equal to 40 is given, TL is equal to T3, and this one is the T infinity is a minus 15 degree centigrade, minus 15 degree centigrade. So this is the minus, so 50, so 40, this value QH is equal to TL minus T infinity. So 40 into T3 minus this one, so Q3. Don't be confused with this 15 degree centigrade and this 15 degree centigrade. So this one at the first side of a wall, this is the plus 15 degree centigrade, this is the plus 15 degree centigrade inner side of the wall, while outer side of the wall, that is the degree centigrade, is minus 15 degree centigrade. So my QH is equal to H into TL minus T infinity. So this is the T3, this is the T3. Now just move on a nodal diagram. This is my T3, this is my T3, and after this T3 there is a convection taken place, and that degree centigrade is minus 15 degree centigrade, while here the heat is added with a 15 degree centigrade, so what we get here, this one is the, hence 40 multiplied by T3 minus 15, so we are getting 14 T3 600. So my global thermal load vector, that is Q1, at node 2, at node 1 there is a q1, at node 2, at node 2, this is very important, and this is the node 3, so q3, q3, so this is my q3 actually, this is my q3, q3. Now what about the q2? Now q2 is equal to, here you see, here you see in a nodal diagram at the point 2, at the point 2, q2 is traveling to 3, traveling to 3 means from the element 1 it one is moving away, while into element 2 this one is added. So here that one is subtracted from the element 1, while in element 2 this one is added. Hence hence here this one is the minus q2 and plus q2, so that we are getting q1 0 and q3. q1 is q1, then this is 0, and this q3 we have already calculated, this is the 40 T3. Hence what we get, that is the temperature, global temperature vector is equal to T1, T2 and T3. Hence my global thermal conductivity matrix, that is the K into T matrix multiplied by, is equal to my Q matrix. So this one is the assemblage, this matrix multiplied by T1, T2, T3 multiplied by my Q matrix. So flux matrix, heat flux matrix, so Q1 minus 40. Why this is minus? Now here you observe this one is the, this is the plus value, this is the plus value, 40 T3 minus plus 600, this value is a plus value, is a plus value, while here we put this is the minus. Why minus? Because this one is the convection taken place, so this surface, this one is moved away, that's why we are assuming this is the minus. So minus 40 T3 is for 600. Hence what we get now? Now what we get here, this T3 term, now there is a need to manipulation, now there is a need to manipulate. So this term is keep as it is, this term come as it is. Now this term is to be separated, so this is the 0, this is 0, and this is minus 40 T3, while this one is the Q1, this is 0, and this is minus 600, because this one is minus and this is minus 40, and this one is also minus. So I am manipulating my heat flux, term. I am manipulating my heat flux term in a very right way, because this is very important. Be focused, so this is the q1, is written here, this one is 0, this 600 is also written here. Only this is the T3 term, this T3 term is taken away, so this one is to be plus, this must be plus, because this term is plus. So 0, 0 and minus T3. Why we are doing this one? Because we need to transfer this total term into a T term. So this is the T terms are already available into this side. So T term, that is temperature term, minus 40 T3 minus 40 T3, this is the Q1 minus this term. So we are very perfectly manipulating the matrix in the right way. This is the very important step whenever we are solving the problem. So you always focus on this one. See what we did here. This term we calculated by using convection. This 40 T3 I am taken away into this one. Then this term I am transforming to the right hand side with a symbol, so minus, this is minus 40 T3, and this term keep as it is. Let us move to solve this one now. So what we get, this is the first term, this is the second term, now this is the third term. Now this here you observed this is the minus 40 T3, and this is the T3. So this 40 I keep this 40 is here, this minus 40 minus 40, so 2.5 minus 40, while here this term is the minus 40 T3, see here what is given, this is the minus this is the minus 40, so this term, this minus also come here, and this minus also come here, and T3 is manipulate here, T3 is manipulate here, so that here, that is minus 40, and T3 is keeping constant, is equal to Q1 upon 600. Now you are getting this one, this 42.5, because this one minus minus plus. Now the method of elimination, so this term is eliminated, and this term is also eliminated. By using a Gauss elimination method, we are solving this matrix, Now how to solve it? By using a Gauss elimination method, substitute substitute, that is kn1 into t1 to form this one. Now what is that? Just when we are using a Gauss elimination method, Gauss elimination method, so these terms are remain, Now we need to manipulate here. We need to, this is my heat flux term. So from this heat flux term, I need to minimize this term. Now how this term comes? This is the kn1, that is the k stiffness, okay, that is multiplied by t1. So this is my kn1. So here you see, this is my kn1, this is my kn1 kn1 this is my kn1. So this term multiplied by t1 to be reduced, means this is the minus t1, okay, and in bracket this 2.50, this term to be here. So you observe here, that is 0 by 600 minus t1 minus 2.5, 0. So 0 minus, now manipulate this one, 0 minus this one t1, and 600 minus 0 t1, so that this terms are remain. Now here what we did here, this term and this term we have eliminated, so these terms are remain. So these terms we are writing here, multiplied by t2 by t3. These terms are come 600 minus t1. Hence by solving what we get, now this one is the 42, this one we are getting, now this one is the 2.5 multiplied by t1 is already knowing, that is t1 is equal to 15 degrees centigrade, so there is no issue at all. So 15 multiplied by this one, this is the 37.5, and this one is the 600 minus 15, so that value is to be calculated here. So 15, so this one is the 585 value is here, but no, sorry, this one is not the 580, because this is 0, so 15 multiplied by 0 is a 0, so there is a 600, so the value is minus 600, remain as it is. Now we need to make this term is 0. So what we did, that is the half of this one, so half multiply half of the row 1, so one half of this one, and add here. So adding one half of the row 1, to row 2, one half multiplied by row 1, okay, so that we are getting is equal to, this is the 5, this is 0, this is the 41.25 into t3, okay, and this one is the 37.5. now we multiplied by this one and reduce that term here, so minus 58.5. so we are getting, now this is the 0, so this one is the 0, means what, that is 41.233 is equal to 385. Hence I am getting very easily t3 is equal to this term, and this t3 term I can put here, so that 5 multiplied by t2, minus 2.5 multiplied by t3 is equal to 37.5. so put the value of a t3 and get the value of a t2, So my T2 is equal to, hence put the values, T2 is equal to this one. Hence my T1, T2, T3 is equal to, T1 is 15, T2 is equal to minus 45 and T3 is equal to minus 14.1 degree centigrade. And heat flux Q is equal to 2.5 T1 minus 2.5 T2. So these are the Q1, Q2 and Q3. So here I can say that when that is the Q1, here this is the terms, this one are the terms for the Q1, Q2 and Q3, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So my Q1 is equal to 2.5, so 2.5 into T3 is equal to these values. Once we are finding, this is the Q1, Q2 is equal to minus KL, T2 minus T2, T2 minus T2, so that T3 minus T2 is equal to these terms we are getting, and Q3 is equal to H TL minus T infinity, H into TL minus T infinity, 40 minus 14 point this one, minus 15 this one. So now see, this all values are constant, hence my solution is correct. Means Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3, hence my solution, whatever the solution I am getting, that is correct. Hence this one is concluded, the problem is correct. Thank you for watching.